What's up, everyone, and welcome back to Movie Race.
Ever wondered what happened after Rapunzel and Flynn Rider's enchanting adventures in Disney's Tangled? The animated classic released in 2010 left audiences with a happily ever after, but the longing for more tales from the magical kingdom persists. As Disney has delved into sequels for some of its iconic films, the question lingers, will there ever be a Tangled 2? So if you're into Disney, you know their movies usually wrap up with a happily ever after. But even with that neat ending, we often find ourselves wishing there was more. Tangled has been a hit since it came out in 2010, and despite everything seeming sordid, many fans think there's more to Rapunzel and Flynn Rider's story. They're itching for more adventures. Now, sequels are kind of a rare thing for Disney, especially in their classic animated lineup. That changed with Ralph Breaks the Internet and Frozen 2 in 2018 and 2019, breaking a 30-year no-sequel streak. But while Wreck-It Ralph and Frozen got sequels, Tangled, released just 2 years before Wreck-It Ralph, didn't make the cut for Part 2. Tangled is a big deal for Disney, pushing the animation game forward in a major way. There's still a bunch of die-hard Disney fans holding out hope for a sequel. But the big question is, will it ever happen? Let's dig into the chances of getting a Tangled 2. Disney's approach to sequels has shifted lately, but historically, they've taken breaks from sequels to focus on original stories. After The Rescuers Down Under, there was a whopping 28-year gap before Disney Animation Studios delved into another sequel. Following Ralph Breaks the Internet and Frozen 2, they returned to standalone films like Raya and the Last Dragon, Encanto, Strange World, and Wish. In essence, Disney seems to have leaned more towards creating fresh content, which could be why we're still waiting for Tangled 2. However, recent vibes from the studio suggest a change. In 2023, Disney CEO Bob Iger spilled the beans that there are at least 2 official Disney sequels on the horizon, Frozen 3 and Zootopia 2, plus a Toy Story 5 from Pixar. This indicates a significant shift back to revisiting their popular franchises. Even though Iger didn't mention Tangled 2, this revelation sparks optimism that it might still happen down the road. Maybe the delay in announcing Tangled 2 boils down to practical and financial considerations. Crafting Tangled was no walk in the park, taking over 6 years and a hefty $260 million budget, making it one of the priciest animated films ever. If Disney were to greenlight a sequel, they'd want to match or exceed the standards set by the first one. It's conceivable that they're weighing the costs and time commitment, wondering if those resources might be more wisely invested in other projects for now. The Tangled 2 question has a unique twist because, in a way, Disney has already explored it, just not in the traditional feature film style. Reflecting the enduring appeal of the 2010 original, Disney expanded the Tangled universe with a short, a TV movie, and a series. Back in 2012, they dropped the 6-minute short titled Tangled Ever After, centering around the wedding of Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. This was followed by a 58-minute TV movie, Tangled Before Ever After, in 2017, positioned between the events of the original movie and the aforementioned short. Then there's the TV series, Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure, initially named Tangled the Series, which ran for 3 seasons from 2017 to 2020. It even boasts its own spin-off miniseries, Tangled Shortcuts. In a way, fans already have a buffet of Tangled content to choose from, and the existence of these projects might indicate that Disney considers the sequel itch scratched. Given that these follow-up series and shorts bring back the original cast, you could argue that they serve as the unofficial sequel, raising the question of whether a second feature-length movie is even in the cards. Getting the green light for a sequel often hinges on the approval of the key players from the original film. According to Tangled producer Roy Conli, directors Nathan Greno and Byron Howard weren't particularly keen on the idea of a sequel. In a conversation with Den of Geek, Conli mentioned that the directors weren't really interested in doing that, a sequel. He also touched on the broader landscape of the film industry, noting that it's currently saturated with sequels. With Disney exploring several sequel projects in the coming years, the prospects for a Tangled sequel appear to be diminishing considering the competitive market. In that same interview, Conli brought up what might be an apparent obstacle to a sequel. Her hair was gone. There you go. Indeed, in the finale of Tangled, Flynn cuts off Rapunzel's iconic long hair to beat Mother Gothel. In the subsequent short Tangled Ever After, Rapunzel is seen with a shorter brown hair that remains. However, for those holding out hope for a sequel, the TV series Rapunzel's Tangled Adventure offers a clever solution to the hair predicament. The show explains that the magic of the sundrop flower still resides within Rapunzel, supported by the fact that her tears revive Flynn at the end of Tangled. This revelation means she can grow her hair back, providing a workaround to the seemingly insurmountable hair obstacle. Despite the happily ever after in Tangled, there are still intriguing possibilities a sequel could explore. The first film primarily follows Rapunzel's quest to understand the floating lights, leaving some aspects unexplored. For Flynn Rider, whose real name is Eugene Fitzherbert, there's no room for delving into his backstory. A sequel could either adapt the revelations from Rapunzel's Tangled adventure, uncovering his surprising royal lineage, or introduce new elements, exploring his transition from a prince to a thief, and the reasons behind it could add depth, especially if someone from his past resurfaces. Rapunzel's journey after discovering her royal heritage and reuniting with her parents could offer another compelling storyline. If she still possesses the healing powers of the sundrop flower, her abilities could attract adversaries seeking to exploit them. This potential conflict could provide ample material for a sequel, offering a fresh adventure while building on the established mythology of the Tangled universe. The success of Tangled 2 would likely hinge on the involvement of the original cast members, particularly Mandy Moore and Zachary Levi, who voiced Rapunzel and Flynn Rider. In a discussion commemorating the 10th anniversary of Tangled in 2020, Moore and Levi expressed their enthusiasm for the film's enduring popularity. While they didn't explicitly confirm or deny involvement in a sequel, their continued portrayal of the characters in other media suggests a positive stance towards reprising their roles. Ron Perlman, who voiced one of the Stabbington brothers, has already expressed eagerness to return for a sequel. Despite having a small role, Perlman's character has left a lasting impact, and he has even reprised the role in Rapunzel's Tangled adventure. In an interview with comicbookmovie.com, Perlman mentioned, "I would jump at the opportunity to come back and either do another version of that story or something else with the characters." Other original cast members such as Donna Murphy, MC Gainey, and Paul F. Tompkins returned for the TV series, indicating a likelihood that they would also be on board for a sequel. Another route is live action. Disney has been actively remaking its animated classics into live-action films, and it's plausible that Tangled could eventually receive the live-action treatment. In 2020, reports from the Diz Insider suggested that Disney was moving forward with a live-action adaptation of Tangled, with Ashley Powell, the writer of The Nutcracker and The Four Realms, working on the script. Michael DeLuca and Kristen Burr were reportedly attached as producers. However, there has been no official confirmation or updates from Disney since then. Fans have speculated about dream casting choices for a live-action Tangled, throwing names like Kathryn Hahn, Jessica Roth, Florence Pugh, and Cher into the mix. While the live-action project status remains uncertain, the idea of revisiting the Tangled universe in some form, either through a live-action remake or an animated sequel, seems probable. Producer Roy Conli hinted at the possibility of a sequel in 2023, stating to the Digital Fix, we'll see, stranger things have happened. This leaves the door open for potential developments in the future, whether in the form of a live-action adaptation or another animated installment. Well, that's it. For now, make sure that you like our video. Please share your views in the comment section with us. Subscribe to the channel to get updated, and do not forget to hit the bell icon to never miss an update. Thanks for watching the video. See you at the next one.